Good evening, I am Professor Peter S. Williams. Today I want to teach you about quantum mechanics. Now some of you have probably heard from your parents that this is too advanced of a topic for you, but just between you and me, I think you're ready. So let me tell you a story that will elucidate the strange science of the particles. Imagine for a moment a forest where all of the trees are evenly spaced apart, and this forest stretches infinitely in all directions. In that forest, there is a bear walking along. The bear is very large and strong, and it is pushing aside the trees as it walks, so that it is generally moving in a somewhat straight line. That's important. Also in this forest, there is a smaller wolverine that is also trying to walk, but it is not strong enough to push aside the trees, and therefore its path is more random. The bear and the wolverine's paths eventually come together, and the two creatures collide with each other. As creatures tend to do, they begin to fight. Now, the bear is much larger than the wolverine, or in other words, it has more mass. The wolverine, on the other hand, is much more ferocious. Therefore, you could say it has more energy. And so as these two creatures fight, they are generally pretty well matched, and neither one is getting the upper hand. While these two animals are fighting, there is a person walking through the forest. He hears the sound of the fight, or in other words, the waves of the fight, and he goes to investigate. When he sees the two animals fighting, he observes them. And while he is observing, a little yellow bird flies down and lands on his head. The bird lays an egg in his hair, which then rolls off of his head from the high energy state on top of his head and lands in the low energy state on his shoe, where the egg decays into a broken egg, making a huge mess all over his shoes. The bear and the wolverine hear the sound of the egg fall, and they stop fighting to turn and look at the man. Everyone is staring at everyone else now in silence. And then the man says, "Yoke!" And that is quantum mechanics. Excuse me, sir, how does that explain anything? Quantum mechanics is a very strange field. Even the physicists working on it don't fully understand it. You probably won't get it at first.
Completed!
But, I mean, what does the bear represent? What is the Wolverine? The guy?
Come on, Professor
how do you
Williams,
apply
you've got
this?
this. Don't listen to what they say. Your art of science degree is real.
What are you even a professor of? What university do you work for?